Hi, welcome to another episode of Detroit Comics Weekly Picks and Shop Talk. I'm Lee Gaddis.
And I'm Miles Van Meter.
Miles, what do you got for us today?
Today I have IDW's Amazing Forest #2. I give IDW a lot of crap because I think that a lot of their books rely on adapting other intellectual properties, like other movies and TV shows and what have you, And I don't think the creators are really here at IDW. However, they've proven me wrong. They have this original book of like short, funny comics with different artists, unique artists, and they're doing something cool and different that even a lot of other publishers, like even Image, has a hard time doing stuff like this, even though they're doing The Island. But this is their version of The Island, or Dark Horse Presents, and I'm really glad that IDW is finally branching out and doing something, taking a risk on something cool. Yeah.
All right, excellent work. I'm going to go right with the mainstream. I'm going with Deadpool, the merch for the money, #1, which ties right into our Deadpool cross-media release, the viral videos, and of course he's coming out next week. So if you want a good read to tie right into your Deadpool viewing, I recommend you pick this up at Detroit Comics, get your read on, and then watch all the viral marketing, and then go see the movie.
The marketing has gone just 100%, just in your face. It's everywhere. They're doing a really good job, though.
Super Bowl? Ready for that one?
Oh, I'm totally ready. I have, often marketing campaigns, like, they're just kind of lackluster, they're just there, they're going through the motions or whatever. But I feel like this is one of the most, more unique marketing campaigns that I've seen.
Even if the movie has flops, which it won't, the viral campaign has been 100% spot on. Kudos to the people who've done these trailers and who are responsible for this. I would definitely hire them to do my movie.
Yeah.
After this Deadpool one. They got the spirit of the comic book. They got the spirit of the character. Great casting. I mean, all around. I think this is, unless the movie's just a total, Fantastic Four.
Which I doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard somebody go, "Oh my God, it's terrible."
Yeah,
but
I think it looks like there's a good package there, and I mean they've already greenlit the sequel, which is a good sign.
Yeah, so obviously the studio has confidence in it. So that's a good tie-in. What else is brewing in the tie-in market?
Well, there's FX is adapting a TV show in the X-Men universe called Legion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Legion is the son
of Professor Xavier.
Yeah, so Professor X, right. But I want to say that they're doing this TV show. I feel like the tone that they want to go with the show is unlike what a lot of these shows are doing, where they want to connect it with everything. I feel like they just kind of want to be their own little thing. They don't want to beat you over the head that we're mutants. Mm-hmm. I've heard that they want to tone everything down a little bit.
Well, they can't tie into the Marvel's TV universe because it's two different studios, right? Right,
but as far as it being connected to any movies, or even who knows if they'll even mention that Professor X is Professor X, Like I don't know how far they're going to go with the show.
So why wouldn't they? What would be the downside of taking the hottest property in comics and then spicing it up by saying, this is the son of Professor Xavier, which ties into the X-Men. I mean, you don't have to be. I mean, they have Colossus inside Deadpool.
Yeah, I feel like they want the showmakers of Legion. Mm-hmm. I want to say that they want to ground it a little bit. And the second you mention other mutants and Professor Xavier and stuff, people expect it to be a big superhero production.
Okay.
And I feel like that's with FX. FX has had darker shows, Mm-hmm. Even like their animated shows, like Archer is kind of like, it's a little, it's mature.
Tongue in cheek, yeah,
it's mature. But like you have shows like I'm trying to think, like The Americans. Mm-hmm. You have what's the show?
More realistically grounded.
Yeah, or just darker themed. A lot of their stuff is really funny, but it's
But it's more adult themed.
It is. It's more mature. It's dark. Yeah. And I feel like that might be what FX is doing. FX wants to maybe not try to make this a big thing. Also, what happens if
erase people's expectations for X-Men quality?
Also, what happens if because I've heard rumors of other shows that Fox would want to adapt into other X-Men properties that Fox wanted to make into
TV?
a TV show,
Okay.
and what if that would kind of collide with what Legion, what FX is doing with Legion? So it could just be a thing where they just want to distance themselves from ever being like a big
Earth
thing.
616.
Yeah, but it would just be like this little thing. Maybe they just drop little hints of who he is and other mutants and stuff.
I think DC's doing a good job with the Flash and their crossovers. I don't see
They
why.
are.
You know,
They just announced that they're going to do the crossover with Supergirl.
yeah. So
Have they announced though if it's going to take place in the same universe or if
It's
Flash
the
is
same.
going to?
yeah, because they have that
The
multiverse
thing.
the Great Out, right?
Yeah, it's the huge. Yeah, it's just
They killed it in the comic books, and it's saving their TV franchise.
make it a bit. Yeah, just visit and then just go back.
Well,
home.
yeah.
Could be a
Perfect
thing.
out.
Yeah.
Perfect gimmick. My favorite cross media has to do with Johnny Quest. It has to do with similarly to Johnny Quest is that the tie-in to that is the Venture Brothers,
Venture Brothers, yeah,
which just
awesome.
aired last Sunday.
It's
and
like-
why they don't have a Venture Brothers comic out, I don't know, because there should be.
That's a good question.
You know, why hasn't IDW picked up that license and ran with it? I mean, because that's a perfect.
No, you're
perfect tie-in.
totally right. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, because so many of the. You're getting a phone call. Is that a thing? Is that a problem?
No.
Okay. So many. so many of the jokes and characters in the Venture Brothers
from the
come
60s.
right out of the comics.
Yeah. I mean, they're comic tie-ins. It's comic tropes, and there's all these throwbacks to the 1960s Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
Even the villains. You know,
they're kind of like Johnny Quest meets
modern day.
or also there's like a hint of the Hardy Boys,
Yeah.
and then there's like, you know, obviously Brock Sampson is like Doc Savage,
Yeah.
and also like what's
The Man of Bronze. Yeah.
what's the dude on
The Monarch.
Well, no, he's like a mix of Doc Savage and who's the guy on
I think it's like
on
007.
Johnny Quest?
Brock Sampson.
No,
Brock Sampson is the guy, and he's a mix. Oh, Dr. Venture?
no, who is Brock Sampson based on Johnny Quest?
Oh, Race Bannon.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
actually meets Race Bannon
Right,
in one of
right,
the episodes
right,
where he gets
right.
hit with a plane tip or
Exactly,
something,
yeah.
and the kids and the parachute's dragging him along.
But
But
it's Hanna-Barbera owns Cartoon Network.
yeah, but if you haven't watched Venture Brothers, I highly recommend it. It's a really good show.
It's a great show.
Yeah, and it's a great tie-in if you're a comic book enthusiast. If you haven't,
Yeah.
and I don't know what rock you've been living under. Anything else? Any more news? Any more talk around the shop?
Did we talked about DC Rebirth? That's kind of what I feel like we glossed over
It, yeah.
but we didn't. I feel like it's becoming more of a thing, and I want to say it was originally a rumor,
Mhm.
but I feel like it's actually a thing now. DC is going to be canceling a lot of their books, and they're going to take these characters, throw them in other books.
Mhm.
I want to say Grayson's going back to Nightwing. Starfire is going back to Titans.
Okay.
They're going to consolidate a lot of books. They're going to introduce a lot of new ones.
Okay.
I don't know.
They're
I don't know
washing out New 52 to
I don't know
restart
if
the
it's
universe.
a hard reboot still.
Okay.
Yet. I'm still not
They-
sure.
I'm game for a soft one, but they need to do something.
Yeah. No, I think it's funny. It's like, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, what's DC doing? They don't know what they're doing. And it's like, well, okay, everyone can agree that the New 52 hasn't exactly been a success.
Right.
So...
But they wouldn't know if they didn't try it.
Exactly. So you would agree, so everyone should agree that DC has to do something, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know why so many people are up in arms about them actually doing
Change.
something.
People are just resistant to change.
Yeah.
And I think that's
But it's
the core
like
of
if
it.
something sucks, you have to change it, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like this is something that has to happen
Mhm.
if DC wants to stay relevant and wants to be competitive with Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's Detroit Comics Shop Talk for the first week of February.
Yeah.
I'm Lee
See ya.
Gaddis.
I'm Miles Van Meter. See you next week.